So, Jake, congratulations on being inducted into the Team Oregon Club 20.
Hmm.
20 years is a lot of time to be doing something. What is it that keeps you engaged in coming back?
It's fun. I end up, seems to me, we're doing this endeavor, right? And there's a lot of people from a lot of different walks of life end up wanting to ride a motorcycle. And this is the one thing that kind of ties them all together. And my experience taking a class a long time ago, led me back to it, and that's why I keep doing it, because it's fun. I meet these neat people, and once you kind of get past the motorcycle piece and you get to know them a little bit and maybe tell a story or two yourself, it just continues to be fun.
So, a lot of instructors find that when they've been teaching with Team Oregon for a while, that not only do they have what they have on the range as far as teaching and interacting with the students, but there's carryover into the rest of their life. Have you noticed that in your case over 20 years?
Yeah, I can see that. So I've been in Eugene now for about 15 years, so teaching in one location, and Eugene's not that big of a town, and you get some direct contact. Actually, you'll go a couple, 3, 5 years, and someone will say, "Hey," you out of the blue. So you do actually run across people, So there's some direct connections that show up. Hey, you taught my class. Oh, hey, I took the class. Right? It doesn't even necessarily have to be the same instructor. And it's making another connection with somebody that has the same love for this sport that we all do at the same time.
So I'm sure over that period of time you've seen a lot of situations, taught a lot of students. Do you have like a favorite story or incident or something that like when it comes up and you want to share it?
Okay. It's kind of one of those, it should have showed up at the banquet, but it didn't, and it might still, and it's out there. I was teaching with Mr. Lamphere, and we were doing our thing, right? We went all day, and we were debriefing the students at the end of the last day, and at some point he took a picture of me, so it's out there somewhere. But he shares with me at the end of the class that I've got my shirt on backwards. So the big Team Oregon logo is in the front, and I wondered why I'd been pulling on my neck all day long. But so he takes the picture, and then he tells me that I got my shirt on backwards, and I've been backwards all day, and so this picture's out there, and maybe you all have seen it, maybe you haven't, but he's got it. So that's one.
So do you have others, or
now
it's hard to tell, isn't it?
Well, they all kind of run together. I kind of to go back to that linking up thing, right? About a month ago, I ran into a woman, and it took us a moment, at another thing, and it's like, oh, hey, you taught my class. Oh yeah, I seem to remember you now. Wasn't that this last summer? No, that was about 4 years ago. So it's like they're all starting to run together. Seems like, because I guess they do. They kind of run together.
So in case you hadn't noticed, we're filming here at LCC campus, and there's traffic here and there going around. So kind of as a parting note, if you had an auditor coming and watching you teach on the range, somebody that was interested in becoming an instructor, what would you share with them as a reason that they would want to drawn to Team Oregon?
I guess it's a willingness to share, right? A willingness to take what, because it seems to me, I don't have to be a whiz-bang motorcyclist, but I do need to be a good communicator and a good teacher, right? And be able to, like some of these other master teachers that I teach with here in Eugene, to be able to find that, the student that's struggling with something and say that one or two little bits that pick apart the underlying why they're having trouble, right? And say, oh, hey, you need to, hey, just get any one little thing, right? Oh, you stop thinking about your right hand, think about your left hand. Who knows what, turn your head is always good, but sometimes just finding that one piece that kind of unlocks it for them and they move forward from there. It's always good to have that. And so for the prospective teacher, that's what I would pass on. We're doing it because it's fun, and we're good communicators, we're good teachers. And if you can find that bit that helps that one student, and in addition to all 12 of them or 24, whatever situation you're in, it's find that one thing that helps them do it.
Well, we certainly thank you for your 20 years of service to Oregon's riders, for taking the time to share here, and we're hoping that we have many more years out of you.
Oh yeah, don't plan on stopping. Thanks, Dan.